Shalom, 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 Israel. Brother Amos with the Watchman for Israel. First and foremost, as we always do, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, to the brothers pushing this truth in strong sincerity, laboring on the highways and byways, making their body a living sacrifice, doing all they can for the hopeful elect and for the nation of Israel. I want to give you all strong shalom. To the sisters holding down in the households, reverencing their husbands, being a teacher of good things. Unto the younger women and unto the children, I want to give you all a strong shalom. And to the men and women forsaking this world and coming back to serving our God, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. I want to compel y'all to be at the church of Berea to search the scriptures daily and diligently to see if the words that be spoken to you are true or not. Right? Let the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai be true and every man a liar. If it's not, thus saith the Lord, cast it away from you. And there we go, Shalaki. And, hearken unto men who speak, thus saith the Lord. Right? So I'm going to start off with this verse before, I touch on the topic at hand. Right? This is Isaiah chapter 57 and verse 1. The righteous perish, and no man layeth it to heart, and merciful men are taken away. None considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. He shall enter into peace. They shall rest in their beds, each one walking in his uprightness. Right? So to give context on this scripture, the righteous men and women who walk in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right, they're taken away from this earth, and no man lays it to rest, that the Lord may be delivering them from the evil and things that may come, right? So, it's with the heavy heart, from, the whole body of Watchmen for Israel, that this elder right here, for many of you who've been watching the channels for years, know that this is Elder Kalab, right? Very fiery. He didn't take any nonsense. He didn't play around. Definitely hated Esau, right? Loved the brotherhood tremendously. More than any brother I may have ever met, right? He has sadly passed away, right? So, I want to do this video, as a tribute to him, and his labors, because many of you did not know the elder circumstances and personally what he was dealing with. But I'll say that this elder right here, zeal and passion for the work of the Lord goes beyond what any man can measure, right? So, Salakia, as you may see, he has a bandage on his forehead. So the elder was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, went through brain surgery in the hospital for 2 or 3 weeks, right? Came to camp that following weekend to hold post, right? This is what being in this truth is about. This is the mighty example that the elders are supposed to set, right? Let's go to Revelations chapter 14 and 13. And it reads, "And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth, saith the Spirit." Right? So the Lord took away the spirit of Elder Kalab, but that spirit is still, here today, as Elijah was taken in that whirlwind and Elisha got a double portion. The elder spirit is still on the camp today. That fire, that zeal, that no tolerance for foolishness, it's still here. Salakia. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them. So once the elder came out, we put it out there. It's no excuse for any brother to miss camp, to not labor, to not put in the work of the Lord. Because if he can come 2-3 weeks removed from brain surgery, from having a tumor the size of a softball taken out of his head, and still be at camp, there's no reason why you men of the Lord shouldn't be out there when it's cold, when it's hot, when it's raining, when it's snowing, right? That's a piss poor excuse, right? That's a piss poor excuse for you to say that you're a servant of the Lord and you're not bearing that cross that the Lord has given you, right? Let's go to Philippians chapter 2. Philippians chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 29. And it reads, I'm going to start at 26. Well, I'll start at 25. Yet, I suppose it's necessary to send to you Epaphroditus, my brother and companion in labor and fellow soldier, but your messenger, and he that ministered to my wants. For he longed after you all, and was full of heaviness, because that ye had heard that he had been sick. For indeed he was sick, nigh to death, but Yahweh had mercy on him, and not on him only, but on me also, lest I should have sorrow upon sorrow. Right? So the elder was sick unto death, and all he wanted to do was labor unto the Lord. Right? Put forth his brick to have sin removed from him, so that his works can follow him in the time to come. Not once did he complain. Not once did he ask, can I go sit down because I don't feel good? The elder wouldn't allow us to let him sit down. We used to tell him, elder, go sit down. He'd be like, no, I'm all right, I'm going to stand post. You know, this is what the elders are supposed to show us. You know, it's sad, man. You know, it's just unfortunate, you know, that, we're in this corruptible body. We feel sorrow. We feel defeat. We feel these spirits. But we know that there's hope in the Lord, that we won't have to, feel sorrow anymore, feel death. You know, that's the last victory that we're going to get, that the Lord's going to get, and with us being joint heirs, is that victory over death. All right, let's go to Romans chapter 14. This is Romans chapter 14 and verse 8. For whether we live unto the Lord, and whether we die unto the Lord. Whether we live therefore or die, we are the Lord's. For to this end Yahweh shall both died and rose, and revived, that he might be Lord both of the dead and living. So the Lord pulled us from this dead estate that we was in, and gave us the spirit, gave us that quickening spirit to be a living soul. So we can receive instruction, we can receive correction, we can receive the knowledge of life, so that we can teach it to our people, right? And I want brothers to understand, you know, the severity and magnitude of being in this truth. And we can't take this truth for granted, you know. So lucky if I'm sounding a little choked up. You know, we just got this news about an hour ago. You know, so I'm just willing through the strength of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to do this video. You know, to get the elder, a due send off. And thank the Most High for allowing that example to be shown forth in Israel, because that's a mighty example right there. And a lot of people didn't know what the elder was going through. whatever event we were trying to hold forth, 4th of July, unity camps, 20 degrees, 120 degrees. The elder was right there, as well as Elder Daniel Wash and, the other elders that are a part of WFI. So, it's very burdensome to hold that weight as being an elder, but they hold that position with strength and show young men how to be men. So like it's allergies too. But this is that mighty example that Israel needs to understand, that coming out of the world at an older age and still have zeal for the Lord, to have that zeal revived in you and you feel young again, is doable. And it's a mighty example, right? You probably can't see him. He's all the way in the back. But the elder was with us for a very long time, right? And it's very sad. It's a sad day in Israel, right? Let's go to 2 Timothy chapter 4. We're going to go down to verse 7, right? And it reads, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not only to me, but to all them that love his appearing. So you got to fight that good fight unto the end, right? Lord forbid we give up the ghost and we don't get to see the coming of the Lord and endure the wilderness X, Y, and Z. But you got to fight that fight unto the end. Strive for truth in the Lord unto death. Strive for the Lord unto death, and the Lord will fight for you. Let's go to Sirach 4:28. So I can read it verbatim, right? Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. So you strive for this truth with every last ounce of your breath, right? Every last ounce of your breath. Nigh unto death. And you still doing that work. That's the true definition of being a servant of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's the true definition of striving for the truth unto death. Right, let's go to 1 Thessalonians. Right, 1 Thessalonians. So like here, for all those that don't know, this was taken 2 days after he was released from the hospital. Right, I believe, what day was this? This was after July 4th, because we had the July 4th unity camp. So this may have been that weekend after July 4th. Let me go to the calendar. Right, so July 4th fell on a Tuesday. This would have been July 8th, right? He went to the hospital, I want to say June 22nd or 23rd. Had brain surgery on the 2nd, July 2nd. He had brain surgery. He was out the hospital July 8th, right? This is what being in this truth is about. This is what putting your life on the line for the Lord is about, right? And it was an honor to hold, camp and to know him and to be a part of, laboring with him. It was an honor that the Lord bestowed upon all of us to instill in us discipline, to continue, to instill in us that spirit to want to keep going. And unto all Israel, for those who don't know. Right? This is 1 Thessalonians 4:13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if ye believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will Yahweh bring with him. So those who give up the ghost in the spirit of the Lord, knowing the truth, keeping the commandments, the Lord gonna raise them up too, if their names are written in the book of life. Now, yes, we in this corruptible flesh. Yes, we're sad. Yes, we go through emotions, but we understand how the Lord does all things to magnify his name. So, I got one last precept and then I'm going to wrap this up. Right, this is John chapter 11. I'm going to go down to verse 25. Yahweh said unto her, I'm the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Believest thou this? So I want to say all praises to the Most High for this mighty example, and to all the elders, who were in the truth still, or may have given up the ghost. All Israel thanks you through the spirit of the spirit that the Lord bestowed upon you. It's made manifest that his name should be magnified. And I thank the Most High for allowing Watchmen for Israel to have a mighty elder as an example, even if it was for a short period. Well, it was about a little over 4 years he was with the body. So, all praises to the Most High. May he sleep well with our fathers. May this work continue, and that all those who may see keep his family in prayer. The brothers and Watchmen for Israel in prayers, and Kwam Yashala, death to our enemies. And may we all have that same zeal, that the Lord do not remove our candlestick or remove the love that we have for Yahweh Shem Yahshua.